Welcome back. A former ANC policy head, Jeff Radebe, has been named as the party's KwaZulu-Natal convener. The African National Congress Secretary General, Fikile Mbalula, unveiled the reconfigured leadership yesterday. The ANC's National Working Committee resolved to reconfigure the leadership of Gauteng as well as KwaZulu-Natal following their dismal showing in the May elections. Mbalula says the former provincial chairperson, Zuma, will now assume the role of second deputy provincial convener. For more on this, let's now speak to Prof. Mazwe, Majola, leadership and governance expert from the Wits Business School. Prof, a very good morning to you. Thank you so much for making time for us. I'm looking at that press briefing from yesterday and I guess all of the other public utterances that have come out of the national leadership of the ANC. Are you much clearer now what the ANC is trying to achieve here with the reconfiguration, which is essentially a disbandment, but they are positioning it as a reconfiguration? Are we clearer around what it is that the ANC is trying to achieve here, what it is trying to fix?
Yes, and good morning, Adrian. Obviously, it seems like the ANC is very displeased about the performance of the KZN provincial or former provincial PEC members, and what they thought it's just to as the wording they've used, reinforce it, to bring veterans and other members of the party. So they've built this meat masala kind of 67-member group. From my side, Adrian, I think we must commend the ANC for taking a decision, because leadership, it's about decision making. So the ANC has taken a decision to correct or to deal with non-performance, because it's very important for those people who aspire to become leaders, especially within the ANC, to know that there is a consequence and there is a cost of poor management. So in that regard, I think that they've done a good thing, that at least they've not just sat on their laurels and say, let's wait for the next elections and then remove the leaders. As to whether the structure they've put now will really deal with what they want or what they are expected, I wonder if this structure, with their good credentials, of course, whether they will really inspire confidence and deal with what is called a Zuma factor. Yeah. Because that is what, after the election, that is what the Secretary General of the ANC said. He even used different cars. He used some metaphors there, that Zuma is a certain car, and then you need another car there to deal with him. I wonder if what they've got now, they will really be able, within the next few months before the next local government election, to deal with the MKP factor and especially Zuma factor in the KZN province. Yeah,
and essentially for me, that's the task that they face as well, is whether they are capable of even wooing back not only the electorate that have now voted for the MK party instead of the ANC, but some of the ANC's talent that have left the party and have gone to the MK party, and whether the party is able to now, with this reconfigured, reconfigured PEC or reconfigured leadership in the province, is able to draw them back in within the party, because the party still needs that talent.
No, absolutely. The damage is so huge, Adrian. It's not something that will be fixed within few months. I thought they're supposed to say this is our short-term objective to deal with the next the election, and this is our long-term objective, because you can't just scratch the surface. You really need to deal with the whole comprehensive and the whole everything that is involved there, you know, from branch membership, from the structures, processes, and all those things. However, Adrian, very quickly, what the point that the ANC is missing is that the card-carrying members of the ANC, in other words, the members in good standing, those ones who are the members of the ANC, are not the only one who are voting for the organization. If we can make an example, in the last election, general election, ANC got 6 million votes. Now, if I may ask you, how many members does the ANC have? Not few, many years ago, we used to hear that they had about 2 million membership. I wonder if they still have the 2 million. So out of 6 million people voted for ANC, if we were to give them the benefit of the doubt and say maybe they still have around that 2 million, it means that you've got 4 million people who are not the members, the members of the ANC, who are the supporters. And what are they doing with those people? Because at the moment, they are just focusing internally in their structures, in their processes, which is good because they are a membership organization. However, they must also deal with and deal with the other, the majority people who are voting for them, which is in the last election was about 4 million people voted for them.
Yeah, I think the other thing is that as much as we speak about the MK party, is within the alliance itself, another threat that the ANC is facing going into the elections. And yesterday, my colleague Naledi Molewa was in conversation with the alliance members of the ANC in KZN. And the SACP is still clear and adamant that their Congress decision to go and contest state power with the local government elections coming up next year, that they will still go ahead and do that. And with a reconfigured leadership be able to sway the SACP to say, as the party, we still need you to campaign for us, but it doesn't seem that way because you also have another problem, and that is the Government of National Unity and who's part of that GNU.
So it's not going to be a walk in the park. This structure, or the new structure, they've got a huge task to prove that really they can sway it, as you're saying, they can lure back the members, but also because now you've got those members who are still within the party. They must make sure that they retain them, and they must make sure that they're happy. And then you've got those ones who left the party for MKP, EFF, and others. Obviously, the majority went to MKP. They must now try to get them back. They will get some, but very few. As I'm saying that. The task for winning the next election, the next year local government election will be a huge task. And then also try to satisfy, as I'm saying, satisfy the general supporters of the ANC. So it's not going to be easy, but obviously leadership, it's about decision-making, problem-solving. So the Jeff Hadebe and Mike Mabuya Kulu and others must prove that when they said yes, when they were redeployed, so they must prove that yes, they are equal to the task.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time, Professor Mazwe Majola, Governance and Leadership Expert.